14 varieties of beautiful anemone flowers. Red Caen anemones are poppy lookalikes that thrive in a full sun to part shade location. Plants are hardy to zone 7, but gardeners in cooler zones can plant them in the spring for late summer blooms. Gardeners in warm climates should plant the corms in the fall for a spring show. Most of the Caen anemones are spring bloomers that love full sun. One delightful member of the Caen group of A. Coronaria hybrids is Mr. Fokker. To those who adore blue flowers, it remains a top pick in delivering a true azure tone. Mr. Fokker looks sensational growing alongside mauve spiky blooms like plumblossom, snapdragon. It blooms in mid to late spring. Let Hadspen abundance join your asters and mums in welcoming milder weather as fall arrives. Thriving in these cool temperatures, this anemone often delights gardeners by blooming until frost. Hadspen abundance is low maintenance and naturalizes readily, yet does not behave invasively in semi-shaded areas. Dark pink petals contrast with bright gold stamens on summer-blooming Praecox anemones. This anemone is unfussy about its location and soil and is suitable for beginners. It blooms from midsummer into fall. A final cultivar of A. hupehensis is Pamina. This Japanese anemone isn't picky at all, and in fact, will spread in sites that provide mild temperatures and consistent moisture. This anemone will grow 30 inches tall and may benefit from staking. It blooms in late summer. Also known as the wood anemone, Anemone Pallida likes a cool, moist spot in the woodland garden where it can slowly spread to form naturalized colonies. The plants bloom in the spring, and then usually go dormant in the summer. They make nice companions with other demure spring plants like bleeding heart flowers and Siberian bugloss. Rich cherry blooms with a white eye and dark center await gardeners who grow Hollandia anemones. This is another of the spring blooming varieties from the Caen mix cultivated in France in the 18th century. The bulbs thrive in loose, and complement other Caen anemones both in the garden and the vase. The deep dramatic red blooms of anemone Bordeaux are a welcome counterpoint to the Easter egg colors many spring flowers offer. Plant your Bordeaux anemones 3 inches deep in sandy soil, and look for the ferny foliage to emerge in March just before the blooms. Anemone, the bride, gives wedding couples a fresh as a daisy look, with a twist. The pale green centers are refreshing against the crisp white petals, and the flowers have a long vase life. Like others in the Caen group, it is a spring bloomer. The showy flowers of Queen Charlotte appear in August, when not much else is in bloom in the garden. Low-maintenance plants spread slowly by runners, forming a handsome clump over a few years. Provide a winter mulch to help plants survive in Zone 5. Gardeners in cold-growing zones should try their luck with Honorine Jobert, which is hardy to Zone 4. In fact, this variety does poorly in the hot and humid south. Japanese anemones like this one bloom in late summer, filling the garden gap when many flowers are past their peak. Honorine Jobert will do best in a partly shaded location, planted in well-drained soil. Slow-growing and yet offering gardeners a vigorous late summer performance, Anemone Serenade looks good in the cutting garden, container garden, and the border. This Japanese anemone sporting pink daisy-like flowers and wiry stems. Slightly shaggy petals combine with sweet light purple tones for a bloom that will complete your casual floral arrangements. Montrose anemones have a long bloom time from summer's end through fall, and they will survive winter temperatures of -20 degrees Fahrenheit. Some flowers exhibit a double layer of petals, and deer tend to pass them by. As anyone who has grown mint will tell you, one man's easy plant is another's thuggish weed. Richard Ahrens, anemones can be somewhat invasive, but you can easily keep them in bounds by growing them in containers. These plants bloom with pale pink double-petal flowers from July to September. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more interesting videos. And please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm.